Alright guys, listen, the reason why I'm doing this video, I got a little bit of time to throw something together. I'll do a better video later. This is just a live thing, obviously. But the reason why I'm doing this video is that I've done research on these quote-unquote insurance programs for self-defense. And in my personal opinion, I think the Attorneys on Retainer program is the best program you could get for your self-protection legal team. I think they're the best you can get because they're actually attorneys from an actual law firm where there's, client attorney privilege. That right there tells me everything I need to know, to tell you the truth. Now, you could get service or coverage, from, let's say the state, here in the state of Colorado. You could possibly, retain, or at least throw down a retainer for the state with a Colorado attorney, for example. Okay? You could do that. But they're probably not going to pro Second Amendment as these guys. Obviously these guys are making a business out of pro Second Amendment issues. They tell you right up front, hey, we are pro Second Amendment. We only, and that's what they did, they're only covering self-defense cases. So that tells me right there that my research is kind of done for me on that front, where if I needed a Second Amendment attorney right now, time now, here today, I don't have the time to research to find out which attorneys are pro Second Amendment and which aren't. Okay, so there's number one. Number two, since you have an attorney-client privilege, if you have to use their services, which God forbid, hopefully no one ever really does have to use their services, then they can, I guess the judge can order them. I'm not sure all the legalities there, but it's going to be harder for that attorney-client privilege to be broken because they are beholden to their bar and all that other stuff when it comes to attorney things. Now, an insurance company, all it takes is to get a warrant, and then guess what? All that information that you've gave to the insurance company, that will ultimately be part of court record. Now, and that's might be information you don't want the court to have immediately, right? So those other programs out there that say they're not insurance, quote unquote, they'll tell you that we're not an insurance company. Well, I beg to differ, right? There's no attorney-client privilege when it comes to these other companies. Underwriters, some snot-nosed underwriter with a pin in his forehead, he could sit there and say, well, nope, you're not covered. We think it's a criminal act. And then guess what? You're screwed. So, I don't want to be screwed if I have to use any kind of firearm or weapon, for that matter, to include my hands and fists, in self-defense. I don't want to be screwed. Now, so there's a bunch of stuff out there, but I think the Attorneys on Retainer program is the best legal coverage that you can get for your money. Okay? Ultimately, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, but what's the alternative? If you have to use self-defense, you're going to at least spend $50,000 on a lawyer, at least. And that lawyer is only for that state. In this regard, you can go anywhere in the nation and you can get coverage when it comes to legal protection, okay? You're actually speaking to actual attorneys, and, honestly, I just like the way they present their case. I like the way they present it. I like how Mark Victor, and I think his name is Andy, I like how they just, lay it out on the table. We are attorneys. We're going to represent you. There's attorney-client privilege and a relationship there. We're going to cover you with pro hoc vice, which means they can do it nationwide as long as you have a representative in that state. So I imagine what happens is, you're in a self-defense situation. You call them. You call attorneys on retainer. They then find an attorney for you in your state, and then that's how they can represent you in that state, which is great, right? You definitely don't want to do it by yourself, and you definitely don't want some insurance company telling you whether you've committed a criminal act or not. Now, if you're interested, you guys can go to the Attorneys on Retainer link down below. You can use my code. Once you become a member, you're automatically an affiliate, and that's why I'm doing this now. Is that I want to spread the word about these guys. I think they're just legit. They're awesome people. It seems. They say don't judge a book by its cover. However, we all do that. We all judge others by the way they present themselves and the way they project themselves on the world. And from what I've seen with these two individuals and the program, I have a really good feeling that they're definitely legit, and they're not just trying to scam you like some of these other programs are. And 100% they are trying to scam you, right? They are trying to scam you out of money and not pay it when the time comes, right? That's what insurance companies do. Ask any homeowner. I've been victim of the insurance scam as a homeowner. They find anything they can to not protect you, but the Attorneys on a Retainer program, that is not what it is. I love specifically that they have in there things that are not excluded, right? Instead of exclusions in their contract. That's pretty awesome because it lays it out there enumerated. Hey, we don't exclude this, we don't exclude that, we don't exclude this, we don't exclude that, so on and so forth. So I think it's the best program out there. So anyway, it's a very short video, very not well put together, and just me rambling on. I hope you find value in the video, and I hope you do sign up for the Attorneys on Retainer program by using my code below, or not. I would rather use my code, but if you don't use my code and you still get the program, great. I just really think it's going to be beneficial for anybody that carries every day, and that would like to have some legal protection in the courtroom if they have to use self-defense. Check out.